Welcome back to Hearts of Iron 3. Last time we were mainly busy with reorganizing our army, and this is still ongoing. My voice will sound a little bit off because I've just gone through a pretty hefty cold. So I hope you'll excuse that for this video. Let's unpause. We're moving our army around. We'll get a couple of messages for that. And we still haven't looked at the Far East here. Another thing that I thought of is building land forts and fortifications for a line of defense in the west. And I was thinking about reinforcing this river, the Dnieper, along the Dnieper River. Up here. Along here. To the Lake Ladoga. That's good. More industrial efficiency, up from I think 2.5%, and increased supply production. And we have unrest in Spain. Maybe civil war. We have land forts in some provinces, but they're not exactly where we need them to be. The thing is, we have very little IC available. We're researching industrial production. Too early. Let's take this away and let's move this up. Our national unity is still decreasing. And it's also not exactly helpful. We have automated trade, but it doesn't seem that our supply situation is improving. We're importing about 30 units of supplies from Japan and Italy. And some from Yugoslavia. And we have the civil war in Spain. Italy intervenes, and the Spanish state recruits Gumies. And Germany intervenes. Let's see if we can intervene. We don't have the supplies to intervene. Let's see. Let's see if we go to manual control. Maybe we can I'd also like to see if we can buy more. The United States do not want to sell us supplies. Who else do we have here? The Netherlands. One thing we can do about the supply situation is to put commanders into our army groups. So that's an army. Let's see. We have let's put our biggest army groups under commanders. This is a big one. Actually, um, 14 divisions, 9, 14, 5 over here, 16, that's a big one, 9 over here, 7, 6, 5, 19, this is a big one, 10, 21, and 5. Where is this even? Oh, this is the Far East. Okay. We need one here. It's, I think 5% per leadership level, so he's a level 5 commander. It should reduce the supply consumption by 25% for all of these. Then we had a 19 division army group somewhere. 16, 9. We'll assign a level 4 commander here. And what else did we have? That is too small. Divisions. $14. There should be more with 14. 6, 5, 10. No, apparently not. We have an unattached division. Not good. Well, I guess for the rest we'll just fill up. Unlike other countries, will not be able to train our commanders. Because we're not in a war. So even though we have a couple of skilled commanders also with nice traits, it will take us quite a while to further increase their leadership level. Five divisions in Siberia. And obviously, once we go to war, we'll have to re-assign all these commanders. But for now, it should help us reducing our supply consumption. So we were looking at land fortification. Thing is, we are really tight for IC. It would be nice to have forts along, say, this river, linking up here to the Dnieper, and then forts along this river, the Dnieper, basically down to the Black Sea as a first line, and then maybe a second line back here. But I don't think this is doable with the IC that we have, and given the fact that we have a lot of units to build as well. But I feel like it's worth at least putting them into the production queue, and then hopefully eventually we'll have enough IC available to be building these land forts. I think we're going to start out with the weak points, so to say. Linking up these two rivers, for example, around Kursk. So let's see. Put this in here. Just to link up these rivers. And let's see what whether this helps. I don't think. Yeah, we're neglecting building up our IC just to build a couple of. To build some supplies. I don't think that's worth it. So I'm gonna go back to prioritizing production. Just to be honest, I don't think our intervention in Spain would really change much. So let's start building fortifications instead. I mean, if we can increase our supplies by trading enough, but it doesn't look like it at all. Oddly, we cannot trade with these landlocked countries. It's kind of a weak point here in HoI3. You need a seaport to trade with them, unless you have a common land border. And it seems that those countries who are able to trade with us are unwilling to do so. Yep. Doesn't look too good. But maybe we can build up 1,000 supplies for our intervention in the Spanish Civil War eventually. But for now, it doesn't look. We have enough trouble on our own. So I'll quickly have to interrupt the recording here. I'll be right back. I'm back. So let's unpause. So currently they cost us 3.46 IC, but hopefully that should go down. Soon we'll get about, what is this, 2, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9 or 10 additional IC going. And the Olympic Games just took place. And we are upgrading motorized infantry. And we'll soon deploy another squadron of fighter bombers. And we have a whole bunch of tank brigades to upgrade. Well, cavalry anyway. The 1936 Olympic Games. The 1936 Summer Olympics took place in Berlin, Germany from August 1st to August 16. By removing signs stating Jews not wanted and similar slogans from the city's main tourist attractions, the Nazi Party tried to downplay its radical ideology before the eyes of the world. At the same time, only members of the Aryan race were allowed to compete for Germany. The 4 gold medals won by the black American athlete Jesse Owens were a private embarrassment for Hitler, although the Berlin crowds enthusiastically cheered Owens' victories. The Berlin Olympics were attended by 49 nations in spite of calls for a boycott because of Nazi anti-Semitism. The only country to institute a boycott was Spain. The internationally isolated Soviet Union did not participate either. Well, doesn't seem like we are getting along with the Central European powers. But we do have an advance in infantry warfare research that is comes in very handy. It should be, is it in theory? Seems so. This is a technology that improves our overall research efficiency for infantry related research projects. I think we should move this one up. Let's quickly go over I don't think we need this. No. I was going to look at I think we should research agriculture as well, just to make sure we never run out of manpower. That would be very awkward. Oh, let's actually research this one. Is there anything else we can optimize? Which air doctrines are we? Education is soon going to finish. That is extremely helpful. Our embassy has heard that the Metaxas regime has chosen to save Greece. I don't know exactly what event took place. And we have improved our education. And we have improved the morale and organization of some of our units. So we have leadership +3, and we make more money. That's good. From +2.5. Okay, so we gained half a point of leadership, and we gained 5% of money. And we are researching infantry ahead of time, so we are going to take this off, and we're going to put education back at the top. I think we can put the repair workshops at the top as well. So our supply situation has stabilized at a very low level. But we have so much catching up to do. We're improving our artillery research. Yeah, so we don't have any air doctrines currently in research, so we're actually going to I think we're going to need to put up to prioritize these morale technologies for our units. Send volunteers to Spain. A large number of volunteers gathered in our capital city to help the Republicans in the Civil War. Spain. Do we want to send them? We cannot help right now. We gain 2 in neutrality, and the Communist Party loses 1 in organization and 0 in popularity. Sell them equipment. It should be enough for now. I don't think we can do that because we don't have 1,000 supplies. They need all the help they can get. We'll get the volunteers from Soviet Union event. We'll lose 2 in neutrality and gain some organization and popularity for the Communist Party. I think we'll put this one. We'll use this one because we don't actually have 1,000 supplies to give. Currently we are trading for almost 80, but we're using so much. So we're actually a bit in the tight space here. So yeah, I think should prioritize these morale technologies. There is so much to produce and so much to research. Not much has changed. They've lost territory up here. But they have maintained more or less the territory here in the south. So doesn't look very good, but never know, we might get lucky. Production wise, we're still at 91 usable IC. We'll be able to commission the first force in the first fort, I wanted to say in November. Currently I'm much more interested in IC. Speaking of, I'm going to move up. Let's see. It seems we Didn't we have a destroyer flotilla in production? Seems it has finished. Or maybe it just finished when we entered. Yeah, seems it finished just when we entered the production screen. We're going to deploy it in Leningrad. Artillery training advance, we improve organization and morale of support brigades. Going to assign commanders here in the hope that they will reduce the supply consumption. Artillery training is now ahead of time. And we should be researching our first aerial doctrine. There are a couple of technologies that will soon finish. And that's good. Now I wanted to look at nuclear research. So to start nuclear research, we will need a nuclear research lab at level 1. Mechanical engineering research advance. That should help us with anything tank related, and this should help us with computational technologies. And we cannot build an atomic research lab because we need a technology for it, I guess. We have a rocket test site here in Leningrad. The supply throughput has improved. And it's now ahead of time. I feel like we should prioritize tank technologies and Arctic warfare. See if we can bring some order. Man-portable anti-tank weapons are advanced. We have finished units. That means we should immediately start a second one. Just to keep improving our practicals here. We need to build more IC. Need a lot more IC. Anti-tank weapons are ahead of time. Take these off. We also haven't really reorganized the Air Force yet. Let's see. Heavy artillery guns advance, and defensive support weapons advance. And we have improved our automotive research. United Kingdom, our embassy has heard that the abdication of Edward VIII took place. Let's see. We have fighters. I think we should merge them. These fighters over here. Strategic bombers. We'll rebase them to Vladivostok for now. We have naval bombers in Vladivostok. And more strategic bombers. Let's see. A lot of light fighters. Let's merge these up. Anti-tank gun advance. That would be helpful. And we can take it out of the queue. And the research is going nice. Well, we're building more IC. But this isn't good. Much better. Let's see if we can merge these fighters. We'll rename them to, let's see, Vladivostok Interceptors. Small arms advance. We have a commander here. We do. And I think we should attach them to an army group here, so attach them there. And what else do we have here? We have strategic bombers and naval bombers. We don't have anyone with the fleet destroyer trait. I'll just give them a level 2 commander. Carpet bomber here. And preferably another carpet bomber here. Doesn't look like we have one right now. We're going to rebase the strategic bombers to capital for now. Small arms are ahead of time. Let's take them out of the queue. We're researching a lot of air doctrines right now. So we might actually prioritize a few other projects. Let's see, we have another lonely squadron here, but that's a transport, so that's fine. And then we have fighters here. Attach them here. Give them a good commander. Let's rename that to the Moscow Interceptors. Let's rename those. Baltic Baltic naval bombers. And slowly but surely we'll get more clarity into all of this. Let's call this first transport. There is a lot of reorganization to do here geographically. Let's start out by moving away the HQ units from the border. Leave the infantry where it is and we'll move the tanks up north. Just some reorganization, infantry into more into stronger terrain, and motorized and tank units into flatter or more open terrain. HQ units away from the front or from excuse me, from the border. But it's not always going to be possible. Yeah, we're gonna need a lot more divisions all around. It seems a batch of IC has finished. Let's place those and make use of them. And a supply brigade. Not a supply brigade, obviously, it's a support brigade. Motorized. Mechanized. Let me see. We're not building any tanks right now. So let's actually build motorized and tanks. And we should start thinking about building bombers. So we have interceptors. Let's see, we have I'm going to have to split these up. I'm going to bring one interceptor to Vladivostok. Build stacks of 4. And we're going to bring one to the Ukraine. Just can't find them. Can't see where they are. All right. Slowly but surely we're making more sense here. We're going to have to split these. We're going to bring this one to Odessa. So we have 3 medium bombers here. Let's rename that. Smugglers from a neighbor nation have been caught earlier this week. What should we do with them? Uruguay isn't exactly a neighboring country, but whatever. First of all, we don't really care about the relations with Uruguay. On the other hand, we don't need necessarily 100 money, so we'll send the cargo back. And the German Reich has decided to propose the anti-Comintern Pact. We need to forge an alliance to stop the spread of communism. Our foreign minister proposed a defensive pact against the Soviet threat. Do we want to push through? And then China and Italy sign this pact. That's not very nice. What are our relations with China? -10. We have ambitions in China. We have very bad relations with the People's Republic of China as well. We can't trade with them. I'm wondering whether we should invest into influencing any of these Chinese nations. Xibei Sanma is aligning with the Axis. And they are allied with the Republic of China. We have good relations with Xinjiang. Let's influence Xinjiang and see this helps. Costs us 3 diplomats or diplomatic points. We could actually use a couple of diplomatic points for a while and pick up researching later. We have sort of reorganized the Air Force. Let's rename those as well. So we have 2 air fleets of naval bombers. Vladivostok and Baltic. We have medium bombers in the Odessa area. Tension rises as recent reports reach our people about ethnic incidents against our minority in neighboring nations' territory. We need to make a stand against the aggression. Try to ease the tension. Gain 2 in dissent, Soviet Union gains 2 in neutrality. Relation between Poland and Soviet Union changed by 5. Poland loses 2. Threat. Press the issue. We are going to press the issue. Actually, Poland and the Soviet Union kept fighting a war for a long time after the First World War was over. I think up until the mid-20s or so, they were at war with each other in this area here. So it's unlikely that we would be on good terms anytime soon with them. Poland subjects us to an embargo. We should also thinking about our influence on Finland. Maybe we should start moving. We have a couple of... Let's see, can we... We should move some troops over here as well. We need a lot more troops. That is one thing that's clear. So let's rename this as well. Leningrad Interceptors. And the F Interceptors. Then we have heavy bombers in Moscow. I think we're thought that we can upgrade these, but we cannot upgrade these. These are the Transbaikal heavy bombers. These are the Kamchatsky heavy bombers. Not sure what to do with those. I'm going to upgrade these to heavy fighters. And we have more units to deploy. Thinking about the Black Sea. We're actually going to detach submarines. We're going to do the same here. Sloan destroyer. Don't feel too confident about him. Let's see, what do we have here actually? Yeah, let's bring him back west. Have to see what to do about this transport. And let's bring this destroyer to Leningrad as well. Actually, from what I remember, the Soviet Union has been constructing, basically using forced labor, a connection from the so-called Arctic Ocean or White Ocean through here, Lake Onega and then Lake Ladoga, the so-called Ice Ocean Canal. But I don't know that it would have allowed for a destroyer to pass. I'm not sure about how deep and how wide exactly this canal was. So I think we're slowly making headway. We're now up to 99 usable IC. and more is on the way. But we're quite so far still from our target. Going to be building a bit more of those as well. And I think I'm gonna end the episode here. And I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for stopping by.